had a provocative little poll today. They said, do you agree or disagree with the statement, it's okay to be white? That was an actual question. Rasmussen asked, white and black voters, and probably others, do you disagree or agree with the statement, it's okay to be white? 26% of blacks said, no, it's not okay to be white. 21% weren't sure. Add them together, that is 47% of black respondents were not willing to say it's okay to be white. Nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll. That's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods.
Respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being honest here.
So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white.
Man, I think what Scott Adams said here was, well, number one, man, it took guts, man, to say what he said. It took guts. But also, man, should white people feel guilty if they don't want to be around black people? No. Should black people feel guilty if they don't want to be around white people? If half of white people don't want to be around them? No. Again, man, and I think we would understand if you were black and he were saying that, you know what, nearly 50% of white people that were polled either don't think it's okay to be black or they're not sure if it's okay to be black. Yeah, we would say, you know what, I get that, man. I get it, man. He doesn't want to be around white people because they don't like them. But that is kind of what happened here, man. People don't want to be around him. Nearly 50% of people, man, they aren't sure about him. So he's like, well, you know what, man? I'm not sure about you, and I would rather be in an area where you're not around. Again, man, do I think everything he said was right? Well, I don't know about that, man, because I live in an area where there's a very high concentration of black people. I think in the county where I live, it's about 40% or near 40%. And in the city, man, it's like 58% or something. And I live just outside the city, so yeah, there's a good population of black people. And there are a lot of black people, just like white, that I enjoy being around. And I would not want to not be around them. But I will say, man, I do get it. I think a lot of white people, if they're honestly asked, man, they do understand, because if black people, and I've seen a lot of that, man, in social media and, out in everyday life, man, that, man, they're, they don't like, if a lot of black people don't like white people, why would you want to be around people that don't like you? And should you feel guilty for not being around people that don't like you? Of course not. As a matter of fact, avoid them. If people don't like you because of the color of your skin, avoid them. Avoid them. It doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you're black. If you're around people that don't want to be around you, don't be around them. And be okay with not being around them. And definitely be okay with not helping them. If they don't want to be helped by you, if you're racist, if they call you racist for helping them, don't help them. And if they call you racist for not helping them, be okay with that too. Just be okay with being called whatever and go about your day, your life, do your thing, and be okay with it. But man, right now we have gotten we are so divided, and people are they're broken up into groups, and they hate whatever. And the thing is, man, don't be around people that don't want to be around you, but don't hate them. Just go about your life. Just go about your life, man. And I think that's really the only way we can be right now with all this stuff going on, man. It's just be around people, doesn't matter what color their skin is, that want to be around you. That's it. That's all you can do. But, guys, I'm going to stick at the black conservatives' thoughts on this, because I agree with them on so many different things. And this is one of mine that I totally agree with for the most part. But let me set that up over here, and I'm going to comment to it afterwards. So let me set that up.
I wouldn't want to live around whites who hate me, right? And I would say the same thing about white people that hate black people. Now, I would never say that about white people as a whole. I would not classify white people as a hate group as a whole or anything like that, okay? I'm just saying that, again, if there's a certain segment that have stated that, hey, we hate blacks, like, for example, the KKK, I'm not going to go and live around the KKK, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, what he's saying is not, if you actually listen to what he's trying to say, it's not racist. What he's saying is, I've been trying to help black people out all my life. However, I haven't really got anything out of it except being called racist, which is true, right? Again, how many white people have tried to help black people out for the longest time just to be told that, hey, you're still racist. You're still unconsciously racist, okay? Everything's systemically racist. Everything is the white man's fault. White people fought a whole war, right, to free black people from slavery, and it's still looked at as, okay, it was nothing, right? People lost their lives to free slaves. Don't mean anything. Okay, you had white people that fought and died during the civil rights movement as well too, that were lynched, okay, because they supported equal rights for black people, okay? Particularly white Republicans were lynched because of this, and white Democrats were doing the lynching, right? They don't want to tell you that part of the story, but yeah, that happens. You're still all racist, right? You're still all racist. You're still unconsciously racist, okay? It doesn't matter what you do. So what is the natural conclusion for somebody to have? Is that, okay, well, there's nothing I can do, right? There's nothing I can do to help you guys. You don't like me. You hate me, regardless of how much I try to help. So I might as well just, I don't know, leave, right? Go live among my kind, which is what a lot of these people want, right? That's what a lot of woke revolutionaries want. For example, people like Brittany Cooper, okay, and here's where the hypocrisy comes in from the media. She's a professor at Rutgers. She's been on MSNBC. She's been on mainstream liberal media a lot, and she openly spews white hatred all the time. But again, she's not being canceled. Like, for example, you guys have probably seen this already, but again, listen to this conversation right here from her. Take a look.
I think that white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? The real sort of issue here, and I've heard people sort of say it, is One, I think that white people viscerally fear. It's not that white people don't know, right, what they have done. They know. They fear that there is no other way to be human but the way in which they are human, which is to, so, you know, like you talk to white people and whenever you really want to have a reckoning about it, they say stuff like, you know, it's just human nature. If y'all had all of this power, you would have done the same thing, right? And it's like,
No, number one, man, sit there and say that the white people, they know what they've done, man. I'm asking all white people out there, what have you done? What have you done towards black people, personally, individually? Because, man, that's all you can hold. That's all you can be held accountable for, is what you've done individually as a person, man. Because, again, lumping all white people into a group and saying, you know what? Yeah, you ought to feel bad, man, because what white people did to black people 200 years ago, man, you got to feel guilty. No. What did you do? What did you do towards black people? And again, man, I would say probably the majority of white people, man, nothing. Nothing, man. Nothing at all. But the thing is, man, you feel guilty because of what? Because of the color of your skin? No. I don't think so, man. So, again, should white people feel guilty? No. And they shouldn't be. But, man, then get up there and say things, what she said about the, if black people had power, they wouldn't do this, man. You know, again, that's what white people did, but black people, they wouldn't do whatever. It's like, first of all, number one, man, when black people or if black people have power, again, if you're up there saying whatever it is you want to say, you know, and you're a professor, you're a college professor, and you're on there saying whatever it is you want to say, that is power. That is actual power. But again, man, you're not going to see that because you don't want to see what you have. You don't want to see that you have power. Because again, man, it's this perception that black people don't have power. If you're saying whatever it is you want to say and nobody's firing you or calling you a racist, then yeah, you have power. Because again, Scott Adams, he's being called a racist for saying what he's saying. But you get up there and you can say whatever it is you want to say. And some of what you're saying is hateful. But again, man, you're fine. You can say whatever it is that you want to say because you're black, man. That is power. That is power. But hey, look, guys, man, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video right here because we've already gone over, man. I like to kind of keep things within a certain time period to kind of keep things short. But hey, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a